Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my first stream on the YouTube. I'm really excited um, to start doing this, mostly because it's a journey. In fact, it's actually more so because um, the um, way that I was normally streaming, which was uh, on the Twitch streams, it just wasn't effective for me. So I am going to be starting here. And I don't know if it's actually working at all. We are going to find out if it's not. Because my guesses are it won't, because this is the first stream. Thus, that's the way it works. So, today what I'm going to do, just kind of give you a run. Basically, a lot of these streams are going to be pretty mild. It's not going to be me talking a lot. You'll probably see me very close to the screen, um, working on my design, but otherwise, a lot of this is probably going to be hunkered down. It's more so just like you know, I'm here in public coding. So, what am I coding? I have thought about this quite a bit. Um, and I think what the best way to describe this is I am, first of all, a developer. We're developing people. I'm a queer developer who does not do this for a job. This is purely for fun. Basically, I also really love to cook. And so one of the challenges that I've found is collecting all my recipes. They're kind of all over the place. They're either in my notes in my phone, they're on a document in Google that crashes often. And so I started to look for like alternatives that would fit really well. Uh, there are lots of apps out there that could solve the problem. I think I used for a while a website called Pepperplate that worked really well for the time. Unfortunately, I don't think it's being upkept anymore. And so that was out. And I looked at all these other apps, and it was not going to work for me in the way that I wanted it to work. And so I was thinking to myself, I am in need of something technical. I need something maybe a little bit more fun. And so I was thinking, oh, cool. I should develop something and maybe make um, and code a website. So I am creating a recipe website. How fun. So basically what this website, so a little preface with my background. I've focused a lot of my career on HTML, CSS, and PHP, which is really how I got into kind of the back end development side of things with databases. Well, in this project, I had this grand idea to bridge the gap over into JavaScript, which I know nothing about. Go over to Overstack, and you'll find out I am not popular because I don't know what I'm doing and talking about. So truly, this website has been a run for my money. Now, because this is not my normal streaming circumstance, I don't have everything ready. And in fact, I learned but moments ago that the app that I have on my phone to connect to my computer to like do things for funsies, unless I can right click, absolutely not. Of course not. Can I do this? Oh my god, I can. Okay, maybe it won't be so bad. I was worried for a second. No, that literally did not work. Well, can I just like push it off to the side so you don't have to see it? Let's just do that. This is gonna be real clever, folks. So basically, I'm gonna give you a little grand tour of the app, and I'll kind of explain what's going on. And in fact, I might even open up Trello, which is my current tool. Although I don't have Trello in here, do I? Ugh. I rebooted my entire computer because it was not functioning well. And I forgot of all the apps that I put in here. So let me just log in real quick while we're here. Like I said, this is going to be a real fun stream with yours truly because, quite frankly, I type in my passwords and all that stuff, and now my everything is going to get yelling at me. Allow, please. Oh boy. Trust, please. Okay. There's like 2 more points. It's coming. It's happening. Oh my god. Here it is. Recipe 1. Okay. So let's develop. Oh god. Okay. We're gonna minimize that for a second. Like I said, this is gonna be a tragic video. So if anybody out there is watching, run now or forever hold your peace. Because quite frankly, that is as good as it's gonna get. So I'll try to keep an eye on chat since I can't do it like I normally would. Sigh. Okay, so let's take a look at what I've done. So basically, I've created a Trello board that helps kind of like illustrate what I'm kind of trying to achieve. So I'm actually pretty far within development. I originally streamed this over on Twitch. Felt like that wasn't the space to do it. More importantly, it just wasn't. I didn't want it to really affect my metrics. It sounds so bad. But I didn't want, if the stream was cut short or I just didn't stream for a while, I didn't want it to impact. And perhaps like I can do a little bit more of a true vlog and actually like record this. Although I'm not like some of the YouTubers that are actually better than I am. I don't have the patience to edit a video and make it look nice. I'd spend way too much time. So I'm already at version 3, or not even 3, 0.3 user experience. And I've actually made it pretty far. I'm kind of in a flux of 0.3.6 through 0.3.99 with currently where I'm at. So let me open up this site so you can take a look at what it is. So please don't pay attention to how it looks, because that's certainly not important. Mostly because the website is being coded a little bit flimsily, I will say. I have been, or I originally coded this thinking, oh, I'm going to design it while I code. Terrible idea. If any of you are new streamers out there or new coders, new developers, don't do that. Don't bother. Just do the code, get it to work, then get to the cutesy fun stuff. I love doing this. And so, you know, it's just like what you need to do. So I use, so I'm going to kind of be all over the place with this stream. But that's fine. I'm allowed to be. One thing I noticed that I want to fix. Where are you, Mr. Footer? So I want to just change, you know, get rid of my last name on these things. Because that will be, you know, nice to have. So let me just inspect this. Empty cache. That should do it. Yes. Okay. So, I am creating a recipe book. Cooking Pad was the original name. The current new name that I've been playing with is called Recipes, P-E-A-S. Thank you very much. I think it does exist. I'm just going to use it for my own. If people have copyright on it, whatever. So I did write a little boilerplate content just to kind of give like what I'm hoping for it to be. So I'll read this out loud. A few years ago, I started using a real boilerplate website called Pepperplate. literally said that 5 seconds ago. And it served as the main place to store all of these delicious recipes I found. But over time, the site became dated and practically non-functioning, especially on mobile devices. Fact. If anybody from Pepper Plate's listening, you heard it first. I've been a web developer for 15 plus years, and I figured as a side project, unlike all my other projects, creating a website I would actually use and benefit from would be a whole lot of fun. Also fact. So what is CookingPad, now known as Recipes? This is the first and foremost a cookbook. But it's more than that. As a vegetarian for nearly 11 years, there are too many sites out there that are meat first, vegetable second. The site twists that each recipe is vegetarian first. I don't think that's true anymore. It's kind of shifted from that. Again, welcome to live development of a website where you're kind of changing as you're kind of going in there, taking a look. Things change over time, and that's perfectly fine. So, I mean, I could keep it a little bit wider just so that you can kind of see a little bit more information. But please recognize this site is not actually coded to be a desktop yet. That is much further down the stream. In fact, that is, I think it's probably at version 0.5. So I've got a few hurdles to get through before I even bother. And some hurdles that I was actually working on just before the stream. I am listening to music. I haven't figured out how the YouTube likes the sounds. They had a playlist. I didn't like it. So we're going rogue, and you're just going to hear me talk, cough, and, whatever. So I've got, as of right now, we're in the admin kind of view because I'm an admin. I did develop like a login. Actually, let me just log out so you can see how cute that is. So log out. It really is not cute. It's just login. So let me just password manage the sucker. So let's go to recipes. So as you can see, I was testing a test. And actually, what you're about to see does not actually work. Because I just implemented probably the biggest change, and I'll explain it in a little bit. So imagine there are ingredients. So basically, this is the premise of recipes, and why I think this site does make a difference and does stand out from a crowd. Take a second or two to recognize what you're seeing on the right hand of my screen. There is not one ad. There is no long, intangible story that nobody cares about your trip to Florida, where you learned how to make a really great gumbo from a goddess under the sea who also was named after your sweet aunt. None of that. The biggest issue that I have always had as a recipe finder, recipe goer, is you have to get through this laundry list of information before at the very bottom of the screen. But if you scroll too far, things start to happen. And so as soon as you get too far down, you're kind of out of the woods. So you scroll back up. The site starts to get finicky because, oh, oops, I'm so sorry. Here's an ad, or here's more ads. The site starts to get really slow. So really what I thought about was not minimum viable product, MVP, but more so what's going to be efficient, what's going to be fast, what's going to keep people doing, what's going to get people doing what they're doing. And honestly, that is, in fact, a simplistic website. I think that that's my biggest issue with a lot of designs as they exist today, is that they really, I'm going to adjust my camera because I feel like I'm 1,000 years away. But I can't see what it's doing, so I'm going to watch my little screen right here as I tilt that sucker. I bet it's going to be bad. Can you see me? Well, you can see me. We're fine. Hello, everyone. So basically, I wanted to keep out the clutter from the site as much as humanly possible, because I think that that's really important. Kind of the big second difference of this recipe book from every other one is really this focus on, it's kind of not in this version that I'm working on now. It's kind of in the future that I didn't want to develop. I've wanted to get into app development. Times have changed. Things are tougher. I have a lot to do. which is another reason why I'm on YouTube streaming this versus like something like Twitch, because I'm getting hit if I don't stream. I'm in grad school. I don't have time for this. But one of the things that I really thought about was how do I make this into an app experience without making it into an app? Through my work, we're learning about these things like where you could create web apps that operate just like a regular app, but they're not. They're just a website. And I love that. So I'm going to try finicking with that a little bit later. And you'll kind of see how this site also functions a little bit differently as we get into the weeds. I'm going to skip ad because, yep. I have my name. Hello, I'm Jason. Subscription, because this is actually going to be something that I would love to put for sale. Not put for sale like the app itself is going to go for sale. Nobody would buy this code. But, you know, if I have families or friends and, you know, potentially other humans who would like to use this app, it's not going to be expensive. I can already guarantee it's not going to be much, but it's going to be enough to get my feet wet and maybe like fund hosting that can make the website fast. Perhaps fund if, you know, I needed to have somebody like really go through and clean up my code. I could pay somebody like $100 an hour to be able to manage that. But, you know, you can update your password with these cute little modals. This all works. I've tested it. You know, you could delete your account. One thing that I did differently with deleting accounts is that I want to give you the choice of what we should do with your data. So I'm a marketer by trade. That's what I do. And I haven't really, obviously, you're probably thinking to yourselves, wow, he has not really thought through his whole marketing approach to the site. That's a fact. I'm coding it and then working on that. Baby steps. I'm going to be getting organized. I have some thoughts around that I will share in a future vlog update. But really what I want folks to have the ability to do is decide whether or not they want you to delete the recipes or give them over to the site. I don't want to lay domain over your recipes. And actually, in many cases, none of these recipes are actually yours to begin with, which is something that I do want to add to the site as well, is attribution to who wrote it. If it's your own, that's great. But I want to give you a space that if it's from a website, say New York Times, I get a lot of mine from Bon Appetit. You know, I want to be able to source that back. I don't take ownership of the recipes. I take ownership of the way it's organized. Fact. So, you know, you can decide if you want to gift the recipes, have to type in your existing password, boom, shaka boom, you're good. You have the ability to delete, or at least you did have the ability to delete. Things are a constant work of progress. That is broke. Hi, Kay. I'm surprised that this is broke, actually. So let me go to admin. Does this work? Sure it does. Things you learn. I'll fix it. So now we're on my admin panel. So we went to profile. I also have admin. So you notice that I just was able to delete. That's something that I'll probably want to go look at when the bug fixes come, because there are. I've been modifying a lot of the code in literally the last 2 days, and so there's going to be a lot of spaces on the site that are going to be broke, and there's really nothing I can do about it. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the lay of the land in this case. But basically what this will do is this will give me kind of an overview who are my current users. I have a couple options on the top that manage the site overall as from an infrastructure perspective. I'm able to turn on and off the sign up form. So if I click here and, update the site, I can log out. And if I go into here, you now see a sign up form. Cute. Now, let's say I'm working on the site as I am right now, and this is on a live website that I haven't, that I won't share. But because I don't want other people signing up for it, I do not want people to do that. So when I now log out and you go in here, it just says registration is temporarily suspended. The website is currently under development. As such, we have temporarily disabled the ability to register for the site. Thank you for your patience as we build out an incredible platform. Learn more about recipes. There is nothing. But eventually I'll get there. So those are kind of the fun parts that are coming up ahead, which I'm super stoked about. Okay, so let's get cracking. So that is basically admin at its core. I can delete things. I can edit. You can also do that as a regular user. I do have this button called maintenance. I'm not going to turn it on. It causes the site to just shut down entirely. I'm not going to do that right now for my own sanity. And then the final piece is add. And this is actually the biggest piece that I've been working on because it's changed substantially. In fact, I lied when I said I wasn't going to show you the live site. I'm going to show you the live site for a second because I want to show you just how much this has shifted. Yeah, I'm aware. My certificate is not quote save quote, and I think that's BS. Okay, so add. So actually, let me go to, I'm just going to show you a recipe and kind of how it was organized before, which I will get here at some point. I've already thought through a solution with how I want to tackle this. I'm a bit concerned about it, but we will figure it out. I am noticing an error with this cauliflower bolognese. So notice how it's organized by pantry, produce, dairy, and proteins. Basically, when I started the site, I wanted to make it into a really great way for you to go grocery shopping. Well, lo and behold, problems started to occur in my own head in terms of data management, in terms of future enhancements that I knew would be really great to have to the site. The problem was regarding, how many what if somebody spelt mushrooms with one O? I know it seems small, but I even feel like this either or, like 12-ounce mushrooms. This is actually a great example. The cauliflower recipe, this is from Bon Appetit. They state 12-ounce mushrooms, shiitake, or cremini, stems removed. Why give me a choice? I don't understand. And I think it's important to acknowledge that is additional information that I do not need. Finely chopped. There's a lot. So each of these requires a spelling. And I think that was one thing that I was thinking about as I was playing around. And so on the old site, I unfortunately don't have it in the old way, but you can kind of see there is like a slight change that has happened, and that is regarding ingredients. So basically what, I'll go on the old site because this does work. Basically what I spent way too much time digging into JavaScript, digging into PHP, digging into a lot of deep conversations about APIs. Because an API was kind of the answer to a few problems and a few questions that I had in terms of spelling, in terms of future enhancements such as the dietary kind of implications of said produce. So to do that, I connected a API. So when you type in pizzata, which is a tomato sauce, it's a fancier low, like it doesn't have anything in it. It's literally just a tomato. But when you click here, you're able to add pizzata. Okay. And you're able to remove, similar with instructions, you're able to add an instruction, add many instructions, and remove them. Same thing with here. You can type in pizzata. Sometimes this doesn't work for some reason. You can add passata. You can add cheese. And in fact, not just any cheese. you can go cheddar cheese, and it will look up, oh my. I mean, it has a couple like, oh, what, cheddar cheese? Or just cheddar cheese. So you can go through that, and you can remove them as you see fit. Okay? Couple problems. You're probably already seeing them. One, this is still here. Why does this still say cheddar cheese? It should go back to find your ingredient. The other issue, if you might recall, actually, let me go back to example recipe. Oops, example recipe to show you what I mean. So, cool. I want rigatoni, or I want a mushroom, but how many? So that began the very long journey of arrays. And this is where my head has been the last month. So I actually did a devlog on Twitch, I think in November, after I built this this beautiful, sexy PC. Yeah, it's taken me a month to work out a problem that shouldn't have been as hard as it was. And so basically, on the right-hand side, now I type in pizzata, there's a couple things that have changed. So notice like the drop down. It's just like, well, it's cheese. So you'll see like this is white on this side. This is not white. It is whatever it is. So I'm going to type and I'm going to click on pizzata. Ooh, new design. There's still a little bit of wonkiness with like sizing. And yes, I know. Didn't I say earlier in the stream, I don't want to design? Yes. However, I can't stop myself sometimes. But there's a couple of things that are obviously different. The remove button is now just the trash can. Because I felt like the word remove was just too long. You know, I've now added in units and measurement. I call this measure on here. Might change it to measurement. The world is my oyster. But it says, you know, what do I want to measure it with? Cup, tablespoon, teaspoon, pound, ounce, gram, so on. Literally, I give you even meter. I don't know when you'll need a meter of anything, but Lord help you, you've got it. So let's say I needed 250 grams, which is with any recipe. Like let's say we're going to the bolognese. I know that's 250 grams of pizzata. Okay. So then what this is going to do, I'm going to just inspect because I'm working on this right now. It's going to turn it into this lovely array. This is where I struggled a lot because I didn't know how to make this. And not only that, but here's the other problem. So when you type in another one, like cheddar cheese, and I type in 100 grams of cheddar cheese, how do you do this? So basically what I was kind of coming across was in kind of the prehistoric state, each of these like pizzata, cheese, these all things were being kind of categorized by areas. So they were separate databases. And then they were comma delineated, so I could at least say, okay, well, at least all of these are ingredient, like all of these are pantry, so let's just like put it in. Well, that's no longer because I have all of these data points that I need to collect on each one, and I don't know how to organize it. And there's no kind of backwards organizing, which sucks. So what this does in a glorious array is it gives you, and I know it's going to be really hard to see on your screen, and I wish I could zoom in. I don't have cool functionality. Maybe I can. Oh, I can. Oh, that's not going to work for anyone. So basically what it shows you is ingredient, food ID, which is connected to the API, units, and then measure. And notice it's like a G because grams is G. And so you don't need to know, oh, it's 100 space grams spelled out. I mean, it'd be cute, but I don't want that, I think, on the site. And so it does it for both. So then in the database, in all its sexy gloriness, it looks like this. in which then I parse back down, I think works. I think I have an example. No, I deleted it already. Bumgarner. Yeah, I already deleted it. Actually, it might just not be on here because I was coding on my Mac, then switched over to my piece. Um, so that's kind of what's happening and where we are today. Um, so basically, a lot of this. Oh, and I forgot. This has the ability to like and favorite. There's nothing you can do with that currently. It is just a feature that's there. Um, Again, a work in progress. So really, what today's agenda for the next like 40 minutes, because unfortunately I have not been feeling well, um, and I need to sleep, is I'm going to be working on this site again. But I'm going to be building out, kind of as just a frame of reference, what's happening is I am trying. So I had an issue when coming over from my code, that when I typed in Posada, so let's just type this in, you'll notice like, let's just click there so you can see it. It was not giving me the label of Posada. That was a problem, big problem. Now there is one issue with the site, that I'm not going to tell you about. The site won't let you kind of like continue without. But notice once I deleted the ingredient, it's not telling you that you don't need one. And that's kind of a problem that I'll have to figure out offline. I had thought of a solution in my PHP script, to kind of check for that. Oh boy. Way up here, kind of right here. But it wasn't working, and I'm not really sure why, because I wasn't able to, and I have it somewhere, I think I saved it on my Mac, that there might be a way that I can like fudge it a little bit more. But ultimately, I was having some problems with the validation. If you don't have an ingredient, I suppose that's fine. It's not going to make or break the site. But what I don't want is there to be content in that space, and then you go back to edit it and it crashes because it doesn't understand or compute the data. And so you'll see like I'm using, sometimes I'll go in, I think this is actually compose. Yeah. I'll add in console logs, because I really want to see what the hell it's doing, on most cases. And in fact, I can unset this issue because that was not the problem. So you'll notice if I do this now, it's creating a blank and it's not letting me do anything, which that was kind of the fix of if you don't put in an ingredient. And in fact, I haven't even tested this yet, so we're going to see this live. Test, whatever, don't need that. I do need time. I do need a serving. Sure. I'm not going to put anything there. I'm going to put 2 words there. Okay, so this is really good. So what I'm seeing is it's posting nothing, which is fine. And I might actually be able to fake and make. I'll figure it out. But that basically solves the problem of, now if I type in Pizzata, it's going to return now, oh, hey, boyo, you need measurement, you need units, and now you're able to successfully complete it. And there are she blows in the amount of tests that I have on this, which for some reason I just can't get rid of. How many did it just create? Oh. Are these all, I betcha. I wonder. Welcome to live dev work. I love this because it's sometimes like You see all these developers and you don't see the struggle. And the struggle is absolutely real. Where you're like, why did that work? So I'm going to go test. And I want to see if it's actually been adding. No, it hasn't. I just had that many tests. So now what I want to do is I want to go here, test, test, get everything to look basically right. So, it is. Okay. Oh, hold on. This is a bug that I wasn't aware of. So basically what's happening is it's right here. So this is working. So if unit is empty, echo that which is working. If measurement is empty, so this part is working. But if there's nothing here, you know, I wonder if I need to add, so I've done this actually a little bit higher because it's technically an array. Boop. So let's see. By just adding that little bit of code. Boop. Okay, that's good. Hold on. Empty cache sometimes. Okay, this is really good, although that's making me a little unpromised here. So let me just go Passata. Now it should tell me, oh yeah, Hmm. So is set post ingredients, which is true. Oh, you know what? No. I wonder. Oops. I'm not used to, will that work? So basically what I need to do is I need to say, okay, there is an array that you got. So now this isn't actually working at all. So let's go back. Okay, so there actually is a way. See, ID doesn't exist. Hmm. So actually, let me just pause this section for a second. Because the problem is not so much if welcome me not knowing actually what I'm doing. Uh, oh, wrong key. So one fun thing that I like to do when I'm trying to problem solve is I go to the most basic. And basically, I'm like, if it's this, give me this. Otherwise, it didn't work. So basically, I'm saying if it's empty, so actually, I could go like this because it's actually empty. Boop. So notice like there's nothing happening. So that also makes me a little concerned that there's something like blocking. Actually, let me just. It's so interesting. So let me actually get rid of this weird wonk. Console log ingredients. Oh, yep, yep, yep. Oh, why don't I just do this? This might actually be a lot easier. Okay. So it is posting correctly. Oh, you know what? I think I understand the issue. I don't even label it. Boop, boop. hypothetically should work. Array is working. Woo! That's amazing. Amazing. Okay, so it's doing this correctly. All I had to do was label it as null. So it will not go through. So if it's null, error message, and basically say you're missing an ingredient. Okay. Boop. A recipe is no recipe without an ingredient. I want to be a little quirky with these. I'll work on that at a future date. So then else. So first, if it's null, because that's easiest. And then here, else. I basically just like grab all of this code then. And hypothetically, boop, this should work like a charm. You're missing, it needs an amount, it needs a measurement. Look at us go. And we actually don't need ingredient up here. Unnecessary code. So we're only testing if they have a unit and a measure. Sweet. Okay. Whew. All right. Well, that worked out a lot easier. Now that I think it helps being on a stream. It helps having peer pressure telling me what to do. Actually, it's more so I just sat with it long enough and was like, wait, what am I doing? Because there's no data. So what if I made it data? Okay, so a recipe Dunzo. Yeah. What I'm gonna do, it's a bit controversial. What you don't see right now is me on my Mac. And basically what I'm doing is I need, where are you? Services, they're all started, perfect. So my Mac is my kind of go, like travel companion buddy. Well, why? You're started, are you not? So what I need is recipes dev, recipe, edit, and I need this long sucker. Save, text, and I need to save this in desktop, web dev, recipes, save. You should see it shortly. So it should show up over here if I just refresh it. And it's called text RTF. Beautiful. What did you do? What have you done? File save as. Why did it do that? Delete. Uh, export as PDF. We're doing this a different way. Okay, we're going in. There's a PDF in here called text, hypothetically. Or I could just do that. Wait, is this Word? No. Okay. So that's what I need. Because in the recipe of Hazan's right here, that is that, and go. Okay. Reason why I need this is now when I go to recipe, I now see what I was working with before I went on stream, before I called it a night. So notice like there is a huge difference between kind of the old site and the new. I can delete these. Delete, move to recycle bin. Perfect. You can see that there's a huge difference between the old version and the new version. Do I still have that up? Yes. So like you can already tell, let's go here. You can already tell like the subtle difference. I do prefer this kind of broken up model. But unfortunately with kind of just the way the site has to operate, that no longer works. It's just so much cleaner, and this is not user generated. So Parmigiano Reggiano, actually let me get to tit for tat recipe so you can see exactly. Because I took this basically as it was. Now, there is one thing that I did notice. I'm not going to fix it for this version. So salt, pepper, whole nutmeg. How do you describe that? Ground fresh from the mill. Get rid of that. Nobody cares. But basically, this like erodes like 3 tablespoons butter plus 1 tablespoon for tossing in the pasta. Put that in the like description, like, or you could use 1 part pork, 2 parts beef. Put that in the description or the notes. Like, don't put that up with ingredients. Period. What are the ingredients? What do you need? Like dry white wine. Does it matter? Like maybe this is important, and I didn't actually check to see if I could put in white wine dry. Oh yeah, look at that. Dry white wine. So look at that. Dry white wine. I can't spell wine. I can't spell at all. Like, look at that. Beautiful. I could have just put that in there. So that is actually what we're doing right now. So new problem to get this site back up and running is cool. I'm able to edit it. But can I? And the answer is no. And I thought, oh, you know what? I think I temporarily paused it. I did. So this is what I was working on prior. Oop. Empty cache. Well, it should have been here. It might just be, oh, you know what? Yeah. Oop. And edit. Well, this was supposed to work. It was working. Ah, that's why. Boop, boop, boop. I'm not even getting the row. Okay. Huzzah. Okay. So this is where I was. And I think there is the problem. So if you happen to gander what's going on here, uh, also there is a problem with padding, and I don't know why. This happened, yeah. So where I ran into a problem right before was this part, and I wasn't quite sure how to do this. So I think we are right here. So I think, oop, put this away. So it's under the select, and I was thinking like value, and this is what I think I still have it on my Mac. So I'm just gonna have this pulled open. Restore these four. Because I saw a blog, how to select values from select option with PHP. So option selected does not have a value. But I need to determine which one is actually selected. So I can easily say I'm just looking at this code example. If that fruits for each post fruits as selected, echo well, well, well. So the select itself has a name, which is measurements, which I already have. That is already an array. But it's an array of an array of an array. And then these are the values. I also should add in disabled selected. Ooh, what does that do? Oh. Oh, okay. I see, because technically before I could also select measure yeah. Makes sense to me. So for each echo bop selected, huh? Anybody have a comment on this? No. Well, let's try this. Because there's already... I actually do this up here, don't I? Yeah. I mean, I could just do this. It's not clean. And there's like 1,000 of these. Oh, God. Uh... uh... This is not it. I just know. Uh... Oh, okay. Uh, well, that doesn't work for me. That's not right either. Uh, is this a question? Too much code. Hmm. Hold on. This is where welcome to like where I'm learning how to do things. Um, and this is how you do it to me. Um, no, that isn't quite it. I'll probably just do what I did. It's gonna suck, but uh, you know, there might be a way to auto ooh, um option option. You know, now that I'm in here, you will never need a meter. Okay. Oh God. I how did I do this before? Came right after. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It can come before or after. Uh, boop boop. All right. So, can I just do? Oh, oh, oh. Uh, boop, 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 boop. Paste. Oh boy. Cup TBSP TSP. This is the fastest way. It's not the right way, and I'm sure there's a better way. QT gal ML L MG KG CM M and IN. If is set. Oh fuck. Uh and then basically I can get rid of how do you do stop that. Stop that. Uh So there is a way, I like, there it is. Got it. Okay. Uh, oh, it does not like that. Actually, can I just keep this in here? What would happen? Because I already do this, don't I? Let's find out. Boop. Uh, empty cache and restart. Ha 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 ha. No. Yeah, because it's like, it's actually putting it as the value. Because it's. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Okay. Reassess. Reassess. Oh no. Yeah. Actually, this won't work anyway. So. Boop. Okay. So how does it know? The one way I could see this. Sorry, Ariana Grande is on my headphones. Uh, could I? Just try nothing. Yeah, no, that doesn't help me. Um, page within Echo. Um, huh, huh, huh. Hmm. That doesn't solve my problem. Okay, well, this could actually be a way. It actually might even be a better way than I currently have it. Hmm. Copy this. Bring it over to my work lab. Okay, we're gonna plop it right here. Yes. Because it should go in the for each at the end of the day anyway. Okay, so what did this great mastermind do with this code? Okay, I just want to go like this because I want to see what he did. Article, preface, yes. So he got rid of measure, which that's actually not much of a problem because I can just add an echo, select name. So like that just replaces this. Okay, so it would be problem because the value. I should. Could I just do two arrays and like it just magically figure itself out? Let's find out. Um, measure. Measure short, long, measure short. I remember. Before I start going crazy. So let's go. Cup, tablespoon, tisp. And then this would be cup, tablespoon. Oops. Teaspoon. Is set type. Hold on. Yeah, is set. Oh, nope. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. That's types. That's type. So that's types. How they had it before. Oh, this is not gonna work. No, this isn't right either. Hmm. A quandary appears. I mean, I could theoretically do. Oh, but it doesn't know the full. Oh boy. Yeah, that's okay. So, what time is that? 10:09. I'm gonna give this a little more thought, and I'm gonna have to call it a day. Like I said, it's gonna be a short one. I mean, truly, I just want to move that elsewhere. Uh, no. Okay. So what about this? Options. This I really don't like this. Uh, okay. And then let's put it down here. Actually, let's just put it outside of the div. As value. Now label. Boop. I think that's supposed to be a semicolon. I really don't like this answer. Can I test this outside? I'm going to. Haha. Yeah. This is like, ¿por qué? No. Okay. That didn't work either. Oh, nope. Now there's just a fatal error. Uh, 226. Ah, didn't like that. Uh, if value no, but it needs to go into this loop. I mean, I have feelings. So, wait. Uh, unexpected token if. Uh, oh well. I think I just done did find it. So, so we don't need that. So we can just say if uh, measurement is equal to cup. This, I think, is actually what I'm looking for. So value is equal to value. It's a lot cleaner. Copy. Okay. So, go back in. Where was I? Boop. Okay. Flank it with curly brackets. And these need to transform into quotes. If ingredient measure is cup, then selected is selected. Nope. Go away. It's not gonna go away. Okay, let's see. Condition. Oh yeah, I just think it was written incorrectly. So he does double bracket. So measure is equal to cup quote question mark that selected is equal to is he using so complicated because I have to use the opposite of what he uses, I think. Oh no, I'm using it. Yep, okay. So I should do exactly what he does. Option value is cop. And then yep. Is anything cup? Okay. Onion should be a cup. Oh, well, it probably would help if I used... Ah! Yay! Okay. Coding, I tell you, folks that aren't watching. Ah! That's glorious. Glorious triumph. Okay, so then I just copy that for everybody. Oops. Oops. Copy. Could this code be cleaner? Yes. You know what? I'm not being paid. Period. I recognize there's a much faster, like, boop. Okay. It just makes me so happy. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Let me guess. Ingredient never came through. Yep. All right. Bye, girl. Uh, did I? Yep. Right there. So I forgot to get rid of. This should just be value. Okay. So then I did delete it. So that should be in my trashy trash. Uh, uh, this is great if this is working. Like, I don't think you know. Matsada Hazan. Yes. Okay. Admin. Edit Hazan. Beautiful. Update. Now, the real question. Can I change white wine to the appropriate dry white wine? If I could do this, I'll be so happy. No! 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 Why? That would even delete. Wait, did it? No. Why? Oh, 'tis why, 'tis why. It doth not know who it's supposed to be targeting. Uh, is that food ID? Yeah, I suppose in this, like, reverb, each, uh, I don't remember. Yep, it is the food ID. Okay, good to know. Boop. Boop. Anybody else that's just acting odd? Boop. There we are. Everybody else looks right. Okay. Profile. Edit. Why? Why? Admin. Edit. Inspect. Is in there. It's so interesting. Because shouldn't it be? Mmm. Got it. Aha. Aha ha 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 ha. They don't say. Delete element. Well, it's really fascinating. And that actually is more of a problem. Who else is called contact form? I suppose because these are buttons, they're seen as a submit. Oh. Hmm. Well, I understand why this isn't working. And why that is working. Because it's clear that this code how do I grab that though? Uh, I don't know how to get the full ID though. Huh. I'll have to figure that out on another day. So I'm gonna add that to my Trello board. Um, from existing recipe, it pushes, it submits the recipe. So I'm gonna make a comment here. There are two potential issues with this particular behavior. Let's see, I need to do a list. The first, so there's a couple errors with this and why this is a problem. First one, just not expected behavior. Uh, ingredient should delete like normal. Also, submit should not be tied to the delete button. This is actually more issue problematic. Save. So I think this is not a list. Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, just a little justified. Yeah. So, that's probably what I will do. So, I think this is a really great place for us to end our time together this evening. Um, this is only going to get better, I think, as time proceeds. Um, and hopefully, like, I don't know, it becomes like more of a log experience, or I think that we will um attempt to learn you know how to do this better. First time on YouTube, so I can't wait to hear this tragedy and what it looks like, sounds like, especially without audio. You just have to hear me talk the entire time, which I don't like. You can follow me on Twitch. Young Designer MPLS is also my Twitch handle, YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Uh, I'll have it labeled up shortly. This has been a great time. Um, I like being able to. I actually think I'm a little more productive, if not just like a little bit more better at coding when I have a hypothetical audience in front of my face. But I didn't. So until next time, take care.